get this game underway. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Army Black Knights, squaring off with another team from the AAC, the UTSA Roadrunners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Roadrunners will kick it off to get us underway. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. Line gets set, first down. On the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Sometimes you try to fool the defense with the fullback. Not fooled there.
Well, you better block. Goodness gracious, that's supposed to be a quick hitter, get me a few short yards, and there was nowhere to hit it. They just got hit in the backfield and brought the big fella down quickly.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Really good looking run, and when you play Army, you know these guys offensively, they are always so dialed into their rushing attack. Everybody understands their assignment and responsibility. It doesn't matter if they're running the option. It doesn't matter if they're doing it out of the spread. They know who they need to block, and as a defense, you better limit your mental errors or you're going to have a hard time slowing this rushing attack down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Reed. Turns it on in midfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The Black Knights are on the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. From that spot on the field, it almost takes the decision out of there. You almost have to go for it.
Well, you think about what punting gives you. Punting, you could end up with 15, 20 yards. That would be awful. So you have to go for it. Put your offense on the field. Listen, this is the situations where you trust your offense. If you want to score a lot of points and you want to listen to analytics, you absolutely go for this.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of a physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the 1st down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
And the Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10.
3-25.
The option look. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And the fullback, this takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it, too. Nice little pickup, little agility, little speed, but mostly a lot of just girth and strength and just grown man.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd. Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, 2nd and goal that time, and instead of turning around and giving it to Mr. Dependable, you just let your quarterback do it himself. Up front, everybody's got to get low. It's low man wins. They're able to get a surge, and the quarterback plows in for the touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. First down for this offense. He wants to throw. Using the quick game.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
2nd down coming up. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
A 3rd and long coming up here. To the air, it's McCown. Fires to the right. And the ball is picked off. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Looking for space, it's Robinson. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. The give to the fullback. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers. And then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
He locked up and held on to bring him down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Motion, trying to get the defense to show his hand. He'll pitch it. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Takes the handoff. It's Henry. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. To the air, it's McCown. Zings it complete to the right. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Henry. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get in the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And the Roadrunners are rolling down the field. To the ground with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Fires left. Finds a man by himself. Touchdown, UTSA! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. When you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking for room. It's Stewart. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Across the 45. Can anyone catch him? And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
They'll try the counter. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close, run the football. It looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
He'll take it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
The Roadrunners with the 1st and 10. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Give to the running back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Now facing a 3rd and long. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To throw, it's McCown. Quick strike complete. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up for it.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Wide receiver shows motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll run the toss. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. The Black Knights will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create
all kinds of running room. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. From the gun, running back on the move. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And it's just simple. Simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Roadrunners have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Caught in the backfield, it's Henry. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's McCown. Throws to the back. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. The 40. And on the interception return, he'll finally be stopped at the 33.
What an interception. I mean, he's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense.
He'll ride his man on the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Now on the option. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And you can tell QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Using his legs, it's Reed. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, you can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
On the option. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Army!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The give from the gun. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Trying to find his man on first down. Gets it out fast. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Roadrunners will snap it on 1st and 10. trying to cap this drive with the pass. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late. At least you got the party started.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Now on second down. DB's right up on the receivers. Give to the fullback. Obliterates him, still on the move. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out, because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football, and occasionally you get some big plays like this, and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
UTSA 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Toss sweep to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
And he's wrestled to the ground.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
And the Roadrunners will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working.
He's loose. Keeps it and gets the first down. At the 20. He's at the 10. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights!
This quarterback is so unique, and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Coleman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's McCown. Finds us back in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Roadrunners come to the line in the hurry-up. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. On 3rd down, going up top. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, looking to pass. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back.
On the bench.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll rely on running behind the big left tackle here. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. On the option. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the 1st down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This field goal try to make it a 3-score game late. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 35. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Roadrunner. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they need. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Nice move to keep running. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
The clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. The pitch. At the 40, there he goes. He's off to the races. The 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Well, at this situation in the game now with the lead, you know the offense is just going to try and run the football, bleed the clock, and ice this game.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The back goes in motion. Give to the big fullback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. These corners going to give them some space. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Reading the option, it's Daly. And they snuffed out that play from the start. He probably should have given the ball to the back. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Snowed under by the defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Looking for a man. It's McCown. Grabs it in the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
And the Roadrunners will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. That's caught. It's Anderson. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. To the air on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. He's going to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And wings it incomplete. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. Back to throw, it's McCown. A shot toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game, but it all comes down to this play right here.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll take a shot. It's incomplete, and they had a chance in the end zone, and he just couldn't come up with it, and that's going to do it. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen next week.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.